Many people want to know if premium is worth getting, and I've been seeing other channels that have been telling everyone, yes, premium is worth getting. Now, these guys signed an agreement, an NDA with SBI. They've got the creator's little badge, profile picture. They're getting fed emails. They're in a little Discord together with the developers, and, they're getting giveaway codes from the developers. And, of course, they want to make the developers happy. But I'm the black sheep of the flock. I am the outsider. SBI hates my guts. All the content creators hate my guts, from my understanding. And so, with that said, I can tell you the actual truth about premium and prove on screen that premium is not worth getting using my very built up, very seasoned, very maxed out characters as an example, as if they were playing with premium, if they would be able to recoup the cost. So let's get into it. And before I actually get deep into it, I just want to mention I'm doing this for both servers. So I'm going to be showing you the numbers on West and East. Now, I will say that East is a complete Wild West of an economy that can change month to month. I have no way to predict what's going to happen on East. The game is still pretty darned fresh as of making this video. Alright, first things first, whenever you get premium, you get a private island, and let's just assume that over time, you have maxed out your crop watering. There are many people that will tell you crop watering is a waste of focus. It is a waste of focus because there are better things to use your focus on, such as crafting this or that, or using it for other purposes like refining. But we're just going to assume that you're lazy and only want to spend 5 to 10 minutes or just 2 to 3 minutes per, entire island, like a 5-plot island. Anyway, here's the math on farming crops, okay? So, when you max it out for growing whatever crop it is you grow, it's 125 focus per watered crop, which means you will always get your seed back, and then there is a % chance that you get an additional seed, which you can just sell or even grow if you want. It's more profitable to sell, though, honestly. So, with that said, you get 10,000 focus per day. This means that you could water 80 squares. Each of those squares will average you 9 crop yield, so you do 9 times 80, and then times the amount that the crop is worth. On East, crops are worth more right now than they are on West, so you can see that you have an average seed yield of 101, but you're going to be using 80 of those to replant, meaning that you get a 21 surplus on seeds every day, which you can sell. The crop yield results for profits are 360k on East and 324k per day on West. Then your seed profits, now this is just for Tier 4. Tier 4 is middle of the road. Alright, okay, so that's going to give you 450k on East, 414k on West, when you combine the crops and the seeds per day. So that means monthly you earn 13.5 million on East and 12.42 on West. This means that if you buy premium on East for 11 million, that if you just water crops, that you will make that premium back. And you have many other ways to make silver in this game than just doing crops. So you will profit 2.5 million in 30 days worth of work, which is not bad if it's just your main character and you actually play the game. But if you make an alt character that only grows crops, that's really crappy pay. And do remember that as a new character, you're not going to have maximum spec, so you're not going to make this amount of money. You're actually going to be losing money as a new player. You'll have to recoup it elsewhere, which we're going to talk about. Alright, and then the cost of premium on West is way higher than on East, but East is steadily rising. So there is the profits. You actually lose 5.58 million on West if you work 30 days just growing crops. Now, I want to point out my next examples for silver earnings is entirely dependent on how much you play. I've been studying a lot of demographics in this game, charts, and just other metrics, and the average Albion Online player only plays 3 hours a day. That is the average. There are people that can only play 30 minutes a day, 1 hour a day. Me personally, I can play 12 to 19 hours a day because I have no life, no friends, no obligations, no job. So it is very different for everybody. But here is a basic chart. Now, I want to mention, too, that this chart is based on safe zones. There is no risk, no loss. You will not lose your gear. Yeah, there's repair bills, but that's factored into it, okay? Here is the list. If you're farming open world mobs, 375k silver per hour from dropped silver. Tier 5 solo dungeons. Lately, I've been running these on both servers, and they're making me about 600k per hour, which is terrible. That would, well, it's technically less, but you add 50% with premium, and then you hope for the best and get some jackpots. So, it can be more. Like a week ago, I got 2 million doing Yellow Zone dungeons, which is a first in like 2 years. Very lucky day on West for me. That was multiple jackpots back to back during off hours. Gathering most things, 1.2 million per hour, and skinning 1.7 million on average per hour. I have countless videos where I get these numbers. I'm not just pulling them out of my ass. Alright, and then silver from all the loot boxes. That is like if you go to the daily challenge here and you open these little boxes, and then you go to your faction. I'm assuming you're doing faction warfare, and you're opening these boxes. And then let's just say you did do some Black Zone stuff, and you never died once. So you're opening your Conqueror's Challenge box here, which is it's just a juicier chest out of the other two. It's technically gonna make you more than 1 million, but I'm just gonna round it down to make the video more simplified. Also, if you get a focus potion, which is a 25% chance from the challenge reward chests, okay, those will earn you 1 day's worth of focus, which can be, well, if you're like the crop waterer, 500k. If you are a maxed out chef, that can be as low as 2.4 million to 5 million per day. When you're playing it on lazy mode, chefs can push even higher numbers, but it requires a lot of transporting, and I'm not going to get into that. Now, if you were to do these activities on East, you would have to mob grind for about 30 hours, solo dungeons for 19 hours, gather for 10, or skin for 7. This is not factoring in your focus money. This is not factoring in the loot box money either. Also, I'm not going to do West for this metric. If you really want to know how long it would take on West, just double these numbers. It's not entirely true. Like, you would get, if you mob grinded on West, you would be able to pay for premium from the silver dropped in under 60 hours. It would not take 60 hours. But skinning 14 hours, you could totally do it in one setting. I've done it before. It is brutal. It's boring, but you can do it. Now, there are people out there that have jobs. They would rather just work 1 hour at their job, or 20 minutes if they have a really good job, rather than skin fake virtual pixel animals for 14 hours. Now, this is just my opinion, but it has been my opinion for several years playing this game because it was how the game used to be. Back in the day, when premium was only 6 million silver, when it was 3 million silver, even when it was 8 million silver on West at one point, you could still, whenever you bought one premium on one character and you played the hell out of it, specializing it in whatever, that character, by default, should earn enough silver as you play it to be able to pay for 3 premiums. What this means is that one character can generate premium for 3 characters, and then 3 characters could generate premium for 9 characters, and then from there, I was able to generate premium from 9 characters for 20 characters. This is no longer possible at all on West unless all of your characters are crafters, and you are min-maxing your buy and sell orders on the market, which is a form of flipping. It is no longer possible to do that, so that, to me, personally, premium is not worth getting because I can no longer do that like I used to. This game, to me, was like a Farm Bill game, a Harvest Moon game, a Disney Dreamlight Valley, Coral Island, those kinds of games, but with the option to turn my crops into profits and turn my profits into potential murder. So here's what the numbers would look like if I played on the East server, how long I would have to do these activities in order for me to actually pay for premium and feel like I got a good deal and that it was worth doing. Now, again, this is on East. For West, you need to double these numbers. So you can see right here, mob grinding, 90 hours of mob grinding. I'm not doing that on East. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not doing that. That would mean a minimum of 3 hours a day just killing mobs in a yellow zone. I'm not going to do it. Solo dungeons. I'm not doing solo dungeons at all on any server because they're not worth it. And it's monotonous and I don't need to do it because I'm an established character. And by the way, these numbers are for people in full tier 8.3, 8.4 with maximum specs. if you are not a tier 8 gatherer or tier 8, etc., your numbers are going to be higher than this. Okay, for gathering, 30 hours of gathering, I can do that. That's fine. That's easy. You put on a whole season of an anime. I think I watched one about a guy that he's allowed to go to a magical world with his cell phone, and disgusting anime, don't watch it. But yeah, that was like, I don't know, 20 minutes an episode times 10 episodes. That's like at least 30 hours right there. If I find 10 of those animes, I'm covered for the whole month. Okay, skinning is slightly less, but it's still doable. 21 hours, not that bad. I could probably bang that out in a single day and feel good about it. So let's look at my averages as a newbie whenever I was, still playing Albion on an underdeveloped character, low spec and broke, okay? Now, I'm an extreme gamer. I'm a NEET. I don't have a job. I don't have friends. So I can play 19 hours a day, and I was. I came from World of Warcraft, where I literally camped Red Ridge 19 hours a day for months on end. I would just set in Red Ridge with my maxed out level 60 super geared rogue and gank low-level players. That's all I did every single day for several months straight, and I loved it. And when I first started playing Albion, I did the same thing. I played hard, and I never stopped. 19 hours per day. Here's my day breakdown. 12 hours doing solo dungeons. 6 hours gathering. And then I refined and crafted and flipped and transported did islands for the last hour. My monthly total was over 360 hours of doing dungeons, 180 hours of gathering, and 30 hours of other stuff. At the time of me being a newbie, premium only costed about 3.3 million, maybe 3.5 million, I don't remember. But for the longest time, it was around 6 million. That's how expensive it was when it stayed there. So you can see that, me playing this many hours per month was absolutely beyond entirely worth it. Okay, it was absolutely a great value for me, like bargain bin, stuff. Now, a normal player can only play 3 hours a day. So if they are doing my same routine also as a new player, but they only have 3 hours per day, they're only doing 56 hours of dungeons and 28 hours of gathering and 5 hours of dicking around. So, well, I don't think that's enough hours to really cover premium, honestly. Now, this is the main driving point of the entire video that I want to help you understand and prove why premium is not worth it for most players, maybe for some, like newbie version of me. Let me just show you the text here, okay? So, as a pro player, as someone who's been playing this for years, and I've got maximum specs, and I've got all the gear and all the silver I could ever want, and almost everything is maxed out that I want maxed out, here's what I do every day when I play Albion. I'm only playing like 2 hours a day now. Alright, so I spend 1 hour ganking transports and doing faction fights. This is the most fun thing. This is the whole point of the game now to me. That's the only reason I log in to do anything, is to go smash new players in faction warfare. That's it. I either get a whispering bow or a bear paws and I just go kill people. I spend 30 minutes gathering. Most of the time I'm just reading news or watching anime or watching YouTube while I gather, and it's something to do. It keeps my hands busy while I'm watching whatever I'm watching. And then I spend 30 minutes clearing a static zone because you gotta grind every day. There's a new weapon announced, so I do need to increase my grinding in static zones to get more combat fame credits. But that's what I do with my time. I spend 2 hours a day. So what this means now is that I spend 60 hours per month. That is 2 hours per day times 30 days. 2 hours per month. So with premium, this means that I would get 600,000 gathering silver per day and 10 million fame per day. Per month is 12... okay, this is without premium. Per month I would earn 12 million silver. 200 million fame. With premium, I would earn 18 million silver, which is the cost of premium on West, so that means I break even and earn nothing. But I would earn 100 million extra fame over without premium. So is 100 million fame worth it to me? No, that's like 3 weapon nodes maxed out that I can do in 6 hours. I don't need that. I don't need to make 0 silver and save 3 hours of grind, or I'm sorry, 6 hours of grinding. So basically, premium in this case, because I'm not playing that much, would only earn me 15 hours of progress, though it wouldn't earn me any progress with silver. But again, I'm completely loaded. I just sell all my skins due to the market crashing, so I've got tons of silver. Alright, I'm a max crafter and gatherer, so learning points are pretty much useless to me. Yes, I could fame up my combat skills faster, or take up another crafting gig, which is a waste because I've already maxed out a crafting gig. So I don't need to do any more crafting on that character. There's no reason to. Learning points are just there to spend on stupid crap. Or new things. When they announce a new weapon, I can just dump a bunch of learning points into it, I guess, if I want to be, positive about it. But it's not worth premium. Like I said, the learning points aren't that big of a deal. I can just buy tomes. I'm loaded. I know a new player, it's way more valuable. Of course it is. So basically, I pay 18 million to earn 18 million, and my earnings are now 0. I would rather have the 12 million silver and 100 million less fame. That's just the truth of it. So here's the too long didn't read, okay? If you play enough hours per month for the 50% bonus that premium gives you to accomplish to make enough silver for you to pay for your own premium, to earn triple the cost of the premium. So if premium is 11 million on East, you need to be earning 33 million through the rewards, the mount reward, the silver you pick up, whatever it is you craft or grow or create with your focus. You need to at least make 33 million for it to be worth it. Also, if you're still new to the game and you don't want to spend as much time grinding so you can max out your combat fame, your spec, your crafting, whatever it is that you want to do in this game, gathering, whatever, like I said, whatever it is you want to do, then yeah, go ahead and buy it, I guess. But otherwise, don't. Save your silver. Your silver can be better spent and utilized elsewhere to save you more time and make your progression even better and more smoothly. Also, one last tip before we end the video. When you kill actual players out in the world and you have premium, I don't know if they've changed this. I've dug through every patch note and I have not seen it in there, but at one point during the game's lifetime, having premium meant that when you kill a player and take their loot, less items are likely to trash than if you don't have premium. I don't know if this has been changed or removed from the game, but that's what it used to be. Also, just to correct one thing also, whenever I mention that these chest rewards, all combining to be worth 1 million, well, if you buy premium on the last day of the month with all of these chests unlocked, you can spend the next month earning the second set of chests, so you can technically double down and get 2 mounts and double the chests, which also means more chance at a focus potion, with 1 month's premium, and I've made an entire video on my channel about that, so you can go check that out if you want. So here's the videos. You click on my channel icon, then you go to the search bar and you type in premium. So here's the ones you want to watch. Premium by having premium. Of course, this was before the price hike, so it's not as relevant, but it's still got a lot of juicy tips, like the best months to play is another one. How premium can make you billions. Now, this was with multiple accounts, of course, which you can no longer do on West. You can probably do it on East, though. But this would tell you the absolute best months to renew your premium. So technically, we're in April. March 30th, 31st, is it 30th? Yeah, March 31st was technically the best day to start your 1 month of premium, so you can get the bear and the tiger mount. Also, if you're looking how the fastest ways to get premium, I've got 2 videos on that. One's a year old, one's a month old, and they're both still relevant. They do cover different topics. There are a few topics that are also covered in both videos. Go check those out if you want to know the fastest ways and the riskiest and the least riskiest ways to get premium. Also, a particular YouTuber pointed out, saying that on West, if you use your focus to craft furniture, that you only make 1 million a month. That is a huge weird statement. Let me just show you real quick. Now, please don't get mad, channel members. Okay, this is a members only video where I literally show off what that's talking about. Look here in the corner, 6.78 million estimated market value. We're crafting some furniture here. And look, after the crafting is done, you can see, like, before, and 5 seconds ahead after 6.78 becomes 7.91, and that was 3 days worth of focus. So that is 1.2 million every 3 days, which is not 1 million per month. I'm not going to tell you what this video is about because it goes over a lot of stuff. If you want to watch that video, you'll have to become a channel member, which is where my cursor is bouncing. There's a little join button down below. It's $5 a month. It's just like being on Twitch, where if you subscribe to a Twitch channel, you pay them $5 to support them. Here on YouTube, it's called channel membership, and when you become a channel member, you will get access to those members-only videos. There's a bunch of them for Albion. They're advanced guides that are just too good for the public, because if I made these videos for everybody to watch, then everyone would do it, and then no one would profit. They're just too dang good, so I keep them as members only. There are no exploits and no dupe methods. SBI wants me to tell you this, that there's nothing bad, no exploiting videos at all on there. It's all just advanced guides and just advanced tips, tricks, flipping, and all that kind of stuff. But with that said, that's the end of the video, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'm Soul Benji. Click that join button down below to help support me, and you'll get something out of it too. Thank you so much. On the right side of your screen, there's a video you should absolutely click. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. Take care.